As mentioned in the last issue, Hano Guang and his master and sister. Hano Guang and his master, sister, and brother were in the third house of the three truths. The corpse that almost wiped out the San Zhen Sect. The corpse that almost wiped out the San Zhen Sect as a master. Matt came in order to prevent the three truths from being destroyed. He fought desperately against the monster that made him despair. He bought the three of them time to escape. Hao Guang, who had the three truths pupil moon order in his hand, successfully activated the first treasure of the three truths, crossed the barrier of time and space with the superb ancestor of the three truths, Jing Jiangzi, the everlasting universal immortal. She and Jing Mingzi were both chosen by the three truths pupil moon order. So, apart from the two of them, the other people present couldn't even see the activation of the three truths and the moon order. Hao Guang didn't have time to explain, because his master is fighting against the corpse. His life is in danger. He knelt down and caught out. He begged Jiang Mingzi to save his master, although it's their first time to meet. But Jiang Mingzi clearly recognized Hao Guang's sincere feelings for his master. Next, after hearing this, Hirago rushed to his feet, ignoring the advice of my brothers and sisters. Running all the way back, and Jiang Mingzi, who was still in the past, was very dissatisfied. How dare such an evil animal underestimate his great three truth sect? So he pinched a talisman from his hand. This talisman is very special. He made it himself. At the same time, Hao Guang, who was running furious, had already rushed back to the third mansion of the three truths. And his master. By this time, he had already lost his arm. The corpse had locked his throat. He was about to die. At this very moment, he saw Hoke Age come to his rescue. He broke his hand. The master, who didn't even say a word in the face of death. He instantly burst into tears. He shouted, "Ungrateful disciple." He could accept his own death, but he couldn't accept his disciple. Hoke Wang died here with him, but Hao Guang didn't come here to die. He attracted the corpse's attention. The corpse left his master behind, followed Hao Guang's rhythm to kill him, and Hao Guang relied on this little distance. He ran to the place he agreed with Jiang Mingzi. He wanted to catch up with the corpse's extended arc. Before you catch yourself, get the key talisman at the same time, or rather in the past. Emiko has also arrived at the destination. He placed the talisman at the agreed location and carved the mark. Hoke Age also saw the mark. We've identified the location of the talisman. We're about to get it. But at that moment, he was already caught up. Hao Guang was still too young at this time. His strength was too weak, just in the nick of time. Two attacks struck the slender arm. They brought Hao Guang precious time. The one who attacked was no one else. It was the first and second sisters who rushed back despite their fear. They rushed back despite their fear. But this attack made the corpse even happier because of his arrogance. A few more are just food. The master was in even more pain. He's really afraid that the three truth sect will be destroyed, but just now was just now. Now is now. Hao Guang is certain that the sect will never perish in the past. Jiang Mingzi, who watched all this, thought his talisman. Even if Hao Guang can only use half of its power, it's also enough to let this evil animal to see the true power of the three truths. And this evil animal did indeed. It had never seen the fluctuation of the law before. But it was too late, because the white light had already... Jiang Mingzi's handmade sword formation. Toss in his hand. It's ready to be released at any time. The flow of this spell shocked everyone present. Because he was able to use 10% of the power of this talisman. Seeing the scene, the master remembered one of his brothers and sisters. Saying that the sins of the animals will not be destroyed. The way will always be there. The great three truths will never die. Then with a single move, and reduce the corpse to dust, destroying the corpse's white light. Then he followed his master's backhand standing there. The power of this talisman is very great. It's like a nuclear bomb hitting a mosquito. But no matter what, Hao Guang and the others survived the crisis and saved Master's life. Hao Guang also saved it. The three truths and the moon order. On the other side, Emiko saw the scene. Also couldn't help but say, Hao Guang is worthy of being chosen by the order of the same moon. And with this person, the time to end the destiny is closer. But it's still not enough. There's still a chance. Meanwhile, in the distant future, in the year 2020, the order of the three truths and the same moon. The third chosen one will have it. But for now, we have to turn our attention back to Hoke Age. After his experience, he's seen the mysteries of the laws using the symbols of Jiang Mingzi. For the first time, he realized what the art was. What is law? Some of the problems with his master's teaching over the year, or rather, his master's understanding of spells had some misunderstanding. That's why his master spells and talismans were not complete, not accurate enough. Because of this, Haoguang always had a feeling that it was difficult to master. It wasn't because the secret code of the Three Truths sect was wrong. It was difficult to realize the truth of the world. The truth that everything is law. Everything is connected in some way. Everything is influenced by the key in your hand. The key is magic. Of course, Haoguang has only scratched the surface of it, but because of yesterday's incident, has brought him into contact with such a powerful force. It also made him realize the true nature of the world. He's a little worried. Will he become indifferent? The world will become indifferent. And nothing in the world that could interest him anymore. But apparently, he's thinking too much. Because when you eat, he rushed over there right away and hoped that there were no carrots today that he didn't. Like, after the master and disciples gathered together, they studied the Three Truths in the moon order. They wondered why Haoguang was chosen. But no matter what, Haoguang will keep the Three Truths in the moon order from now on. After some small talk, Haoguang couldn't help but ask a question. What is the purpose of this moon order? No one here could answer that question. Master thought there should be books in the library. So he went to look for a book. In the meantime, Haoguang and his brother teased his sister. She thought the master had really passed away. Seeing that she couldn't help but cry, Haoguang got her to apologize. At the same time, the Three Truths in the moon order disappeared. Of course, it was only trigger. Grandmaster Jiang Ming Haoguang had an intertemporal video conversation. The second time we met, Jing Mingzi immediately nicknamed Haoguang and said, "Don't be nervous when you meet the invincible Grandmaster. Don't be nervous. Don't be a wimp." Just when he was about to pretend to be a good man. But a bug flew into his face. He was so scared that he cried out for help. That's right, this super strong immortal Lord Wampa. He's not afraid of anything. But he's afraid of bugs then. As soon as the bugs flew away, he immediately reverted to his initial pretense. He told Haoguang that the independent corpse just now, there won't be any companions coming. Don't lose the face of our sect. At the same time, he told Hokage he is now following the course of history. He's building a third dream passion. The third Balpa mansion where Kartalved and the others are now living. There's also a destiny to follow, but this destiny is unknown to Haoguang, including the meaning of the Order of the Same Moon. He also didn't know that this made Jicker and Bingzi speechless. He was the world's #1 for Sarvat the Three Truths Sect has fallen to such a state and criticized Haoguang. They're just like the Nirvana corpses. They're nothing but a turd. Haoguang immediately retaliated. He said Jianga Mingzi was just the immortal monarch. He silenced Jiang Mingzi and ignored Jing Mingzi's anger, increased the intensity of his insult. He said he's mean and sarcastic, saying that don't think you can just save that. Do not think that just because you saved them just now, you can just say dirty things to them. This was a surprise to Mika. He didn't expect Haoguang to be his other maiden identity, because Jiang Mingzi specializes in the method of change. That's why this immortal monarch spent 30% of his life was spent as a girl. And she's also the dream girl of all the gentlemen in the world. It's not wrong to call her a girly fairy. Next, what will the immortal lord of 10,000 laws, Jiang Mingzi? What will she reveal to Haoguang? What is the significance of the Tongyu order in the year 2020? What will be the key role of the third person who holds the three Tongyu order? What is the key role he will play? How will the three of them work together? Destroy the immortal, crossing over karma. The 10,000 deadly corpse immortal who creates all kinds of nirvana corpses. If I get more than 1,000 likes, the next installment will be updated within a day. I hope you comment for it and like the video to give me motivation to continue. I'll see you in the next installment.